What's up, future millionaires? I'm Mike the Investor, and if you would like to earn some free Bitcoin, be sure to check out the Voyager and the Coinbase link down below. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about Ethereum Classic's 51% attacks on the blockchain and a solution to fix this problem. Let's dive right into it. Alright investors, welcome back to the channel. Now I thought it was only right for me to talk about the Ethereum Classic 51% attacks on the blockchain, which is the main negative side to this blockchain, which has scared most investors off from investing in Ethereum Classic. But first things first, let's talk about what exactly is a 51% attack and how likely are they to happen. So a 51% attack is a potential attack on a blockchain network where a single entity or organization is able to control the majority of the hash rate, potentially causing a network disruption. In such a scenario, the attacker will have enough mining power to intentionally exclude or modify the ordering of transactions. They could also reverse transactions they made while being in control, leading to double spending on the blockchain. Now this is massive here, and this can definitely be detrimental to a blockchain. And now we're going to talk about how likely is a 51% attack to happen on a blockchain. Well, since a blockchain is maintained by distributed networks of nodes, all participants cooperate in the process of reaching consensus. This is one of the reasons they tend to be highly secure. The bigger the network, the stronger the protection against attacks and data corruption. So those are the two main things that you want to know about 51% attacks on a blockchain. But now let's dive into Ethereum Classic's 51% attacks that happened last year in August. They had 51% attacks, which was detrimental to the blockchain. But as you know, us that still believe in the Ethereum Classic project and the future of Ethereum Classic, we are hodling strong on Ethereum Classic. Now, I am not saying that Ethereum Classic is the only cryptocurrency that you should invest in, because Bitcoin and Ethereum are definitely coins you should have in your portfolio for the long term. But I'm trying to shed some light on some coins and projects that have the potential to be massive besides the negative news that we're going to dive into here in a second. If we go back to one of the famous quotes of Warren Buffett, when people are fearful, be greedy, and when people are greedy, be fearful. Now, besides the negative 51% attacks that's happened on this blockchain, now don't get me wrong, this is definitely a massive thing on the blockchain and can definitely cripple a blockchain for life. But I believe the things that they are doing is going to bring positive things to Ethereum Classic in the future. Well, let's dive into Ethereum Classic's 51% attacks. So this is August 24th, 2020. Ethereum Classic rolls out 51% attack protection plan. ETC network was 51% attacked twice in 1 week. First attack resulting in a 3,000 block reorg and a 5.6 million loss. Second attack resulting in a 4,000 block reorg and a loss of an unknown amount. And the reason why this keeps happening, the problem is it is not very expensive to execute a 51% attack on the network. And according to Crypto51, a website with statistics regarding how expensive it is to 51% attack a network, it only costs $5,288 to 51% attack the ETC network for 1 hour. It goes on to say, ETC Labs even says Ethereum Classic is not only vulnerable to 51% attacks, but these attacks are possible to execute due to the available hash rate that can be rented on various platforms. So right there are two 51% attacks that happen within 5 days of each other. Let's go to the next article here. And the date on this article is September 1st, 2020. So you can see this is going in order. Ethereum Classic experiences third 51% attack in August. The Ethereum Classic ETC network suffered yet another 51% attack on August 29th, resulting in a 7,000 block reorg. So the first one was 3,000, the second attack was 4,000, and now the third attack is 7,000 block reorg. It marks the third 51% attack on the network in August, with the first taking place on August 1st, followed by another on August 5th. And the third attack resulted in approximately 2 days of mining. So those are the three 51% attacks on the Ethereum Classic network in a nutshell. But now I'm going to share with you what the Ethereum Classic Foundation and ETC Labs have done to strengthen and stop this from happening. Next article we're looking at, the date is October 13th. Ethereum Classic implements 51% attack defense. The Ethereum Classic network, which has 51% attack 3 times in August, has implemented a finality system to protect against 51% attacks, modified exponential subject scoring, also known as MESS, MESS. We're going to scroll down a little bit here, and you can see MESS was implemented on October 11th, supposed to reduce the likelihood of 51% attacks taking place on ETC network. First proposed by Vitalik Buterin in 2014, MESS changes this rule so nodes will prefer chain segments they see first over segments they see later. So the key principle is the large reorgs are usually bad and the small reorgs are usually good. If the preferred chain is the first one the node sees, building a super long chain in secret is no longer an attack vector. MESS makes it 31 times more expensive to attack the chain than it currently is. According to ETC Labs, a 3,000 block reorg protected by MESS will cost over $20 million, and it makes the amount of hash power required to pull off the 51% attack impossible to acquire through NiceHash. And NiceHash is the provider that allows individuals to rent hash power. But let's dig in a little bit deeper on the MESS system to see a little bit more on what it actually does, not only for the blockchain but for exchanges. So introducing modified exponential subject scoring, also known as MESS, an effective finality system to prevent 51% attacks. We're going to scroll down here. An elegant MESS, the fast solution to 51% attacks and low hash rate, which is the problem for the Ethereum Classic network. ETC Core, in consultancy with Open Relay and ChainSafe, have developed and proposed a finality algorithm called MESS for Ethereum Classic. This is hitting hackers at their wallets. MESS is a solution that will make attacking the chain 30 times more expensive than it currently is, which we already saw in the last article. Protected by MESS, that will now cost over $20 million. Not only would that make virtually any attack unprofitable, but using NiceHash, this amount of hash rate is simply not available. And the last thing I want to show you is MESS will enable exchanges to safely reduce confirmation times and ensure the miners will not lose block rewards by stabilizing the network and allowing it to return to growth, said James Wu, founder and chairman of ETC Labs. Now, this is what ETC Labs have done to prevent 51% attacks from happening. I definitely think it is a good thing, for them to implement, and we're gonna see here in the future will this stop this from happening. But as the network grows, I definitely think this will limit this problem, because the reason why Bitcoin doesn't have this issue is because the network is so large and ETC is still a smaller blockchain network. So when this network starts to get bigger and ETH moves to 2.0, I think that's going to open the floodgates up for Ethereum Classic, in my personal opinion. There's a reason why they have big players still working on the blockchain that you really don't hear about, and you also have big money funding this blockchain known as Grayscale. But I am still bullish on Ethereum Classic, but I did want to talk about the negative side to the Ethereum Classic blockchain that has happened in the past. But with all of this happening, this shows how strong the holders and the community is of Ethereum Classic. So definitely stay strong. We're going to keep hodling because we know we have something special. Smash that like button. Remember to get you some free Bitcoin down using the links below. Using Voyager, you will get $25 free in Bitcoin, and Coinbase, you will get $10 free in Bitcoin. So that is a free $35 that you can get and just hodl for the long term. I'm Mike the Investor. Remember to stay inspired, stay motivated, always invest in yourself, and I'm out.